and welcome to another edition of Sports Talkies with me, Clinton D'Souza, only on Herald. Today, I am very proud and honored to have that's Goa's Serena Williams. She's known as Goa's Serena Williams, and that is none other than Natasha Palha Soares. First of all, Natasha, welcome to Herald Studios.
Thank you.
And now everyone knows, many of them, they know you. So I want to know, when it comes to tennis, like, why did you choose this kind of sport?
I think for me, it was not my own choice. When we were really young, my sister and I were introduced to the sport by my dad. He got inspired when watching a match between, I think it was Steffi Graf and Sabatonese. They were like big players at that time. And he thought he's going to put his daughter into sports. So my sister and I would practice on the backyard of our home, where my dad built a cement tennis court, and that's how I got started into it.
Okay. And what age was it?
I was 6, my sister was 8.
Okay, so you have pursued your career into tennis, but why did your sister continue as well?
So I enjoyed sports in general. I think I was gifted in a way, because I used to win a lot of we have like long jump and all of that in school, and I did seem to win a lot of trophies.
Okay.
So sports has always been very close to my heart, and as I started to play tournaments, I got a couple good results when I was about 12 years old in national tournaments, and that's when I decided maybe I like what I'm doing and I want to do more of it.
Okay.
My sister, she preferred studies, so she's a dentist now.
Okay. So this combo, you have a medical person also in your house. You are into athletics and sports. So tell us one thing. Was it a difficult challenge for you as to get into or move ahead in this sport? Were there any challenges that you faced?
I think moving into anything in life, you do face challenges on the way. For me, it would probably be things that I would not look at as challenges, but it would be a challenge for anybody out here, because there wasn't much tennis happening in Goa. So for me to practice, I would travel all the way to Pune, and that is being away from home, being away from your home food, being away from family. So yeah, that would be one kind of challenge. I think the other, if you see students today, you have to juggle between studies and homework, so in minimum time you got to manage your time, do both of it. So I enjoyed that, but that is another challenge players would face. As you go higher up, you got to improve your game, you got to look for better coaching, better there is so much that you got to keep developing as a player. So all the little things that they build up, you got to look for better equipment, better coaching, better infrastructure, which we don't really have in Goa. So that was a bit of a challenge for me.
Okay. You said you had to travel all the way to Pune for your practice or kind of further sessions as well. But how was it? Because going to Pune and during that point in time, financial support was required. So how was the traveling and the finance? How was that?
When I was 14, I got a sponsorship from Dempos. So that's why I was able to do all of this. But without a sponsorship, it's really difficult, because there's so much expenditure for your coaching, for your accommodation, for the sport in general is expensive. Coaching fees are pretty high. So yeah, thanks to Mr. Dempo and his group, I was able to make it this far in tennis.
Okay, you have also represented the country, and you've also been a part of different other tournaments, international, national. Tell us about some memorable moments that you would always cherish.
I think playing the Asian Games was a big one for me. I got to be part of the team which Sania was, and we all look up to Sania as athletes when we're growing up. So someone I was looking up to, and then we're in the same team, it feels good, and you've achieved something. You have a dream, and then that's the moment you feel, okay, I've done something. Another great moment for me was winning the nationals at Calcutta. So I remember the previous year I lost in the finals to Ankita Raina, and I was walking with my dad in Pune. One of the streets they have the vendors selling newspapers and sports magazines. So I opened the Sports Star, right? Star Sports.
Yeah,
Sports,
yeah.
yeah. And I saw her picture on it, and I was like, Dad, I want to be here next year. So we played that tournament again, and I won the finals, and I had my picture on the magazine. So I was super happy, and kept talking about it.
This was in which year?
This was 2015.
15.
Yeah.
So just after 14 when
Yeah.
you took this. How was it even being a part of the National Tennis Federation as well? You have also in 2015. It's the same that
The tennis,
yeah.
the Indian team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Asian Games was part of that year. The Fed Cup that happened in Hyderabad, I think that was a fun tournament because we had the entire crowd support behind us. We were playing for India in India at Hyderabad. So there was this one really nice game where I got 3 aces in a row, so the crowd went crazy, and it feels so good to have the entire stadium backing you. So yeah.
You spoke about Sania. So how meeting Sania is, no one gets to meet her easily. She's one of the
Yeah.
a well-known personality across India and across the world. Actually, she's the face of the nation, I would say. How was it spending time with her, or even playing with her? How is she as a person, and what did you learn from her?
Sometimes just being around people, certain people, you feel inspired. So she's that kind of person who you can feel her. She's very feisty. She wants to do. She says what she speaks what's on her mind. She doesn't hold back, and I think it's her courage which is so inspiring. You want to be like that. The moment you're in her presence, you feel okay. I want to be the same. So yeah, I think she's also pretty funny. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in general being in her company.
Okay. Then moving ahead, when it comes to, you spoke about Sania, is there one point of time in, because everyone has that one point of time in their life, they're like, if something is not going the right way, you feel like giving up. Oh shit, it's not happening, I don't want to do it. Was there any this kind of situation that you have encountered in your journey so far?
Yeah, I think somewhere in 2016, yeah, 2015, it was August. So I was at the peak
After
of my
the Fed.
career. Yeah,
Okay.
it was after the Asian Games happened in 14. In 2015, I reached my best ranking. I was India number 2 at that time. So in August that year, I had dengue, and the whole 6-7 months after that, I noticed a drop in my. I was getting fatigued really quickly, and I don't know how it affected me because we don't know dengue. You can get it at different levels of it. So in some way, it impacted my fitness, and I would get tired very easily, and that's when I kind of was struggling with tournaments and was struggling with practice in general. So yeah, that was one time where I tried my best to change my diet to see maybe something that could help me overcome this, but it was a little bit difficult. And then 2-3 years was a bit of a struggle there, 2016 onwards.
But how was the support from your family member? Because it's such difficult time.
My dad and mom are my biggest supporters and my biggest fan. I think even if I drop down lowest in the rankings, they'll still think I'm the best.
That's so
And that
sweet.
is the support we all need, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone. It's not only
Yes.
any sports, but any
Yeah,
any human being
very
always
true.
needs that one kind of support. So moving on, everyone knows then from tennis, then you got married also. You have a beautiful baby also. So how was that? Like usually when you're in sports, people don't take marriage or commitments where they are committed to their career, committed to their sport. Like what made you like go take this, and how is it now for you?
I think it happened very quickly, and we don't things like marriage. You don't really have a plan that you follow to get married. So all of it happened during COVID when I was home. I had already stopped playing tennis, and I was doing my graduation, my psychology graduation. And during those days, we had online classes. So I was at home, and Sean, my husband, he was my classmate in Shadamandir, so we just happened to text, and he used to travel to work from Panjam to Verna. So on the way was my house, and yeah, we started to meet a couple of times, and that's where it all began.
Okay. So yeah, I will not go further into it, but I also want to know when it comes to now you also train different the
Yeah.
kids out there. Okay, so how is it right from being a sports person, then winning for India as well, and now being a role model? You are a role model for many,
Thank you.
but now teaching them the skills, the the techniques, the talent that you have, you're sharing it to the further generation, the youngsters. So, what made you go into coaching?
Um, One part of it is seeing the amount of struggle it was for me to keep traveling up and down just for training. Because by itself, we travel so much for tournaments that the rest of it you want to be home a little bit, because the sport is intense. It's like a 24/7 job. Even if it's a little bit training, say you train for 5-6 hours, the rest of the day you got to keep your focus. You don't get much time to go out with friends late night and all of that. You got to be disciplined.
Exactly.
It's like a whole package. Like, you got to sleep well, you got to eat right. You can't really dive into comfort foods very easily. So that is taxing in itself. And then being away from home is a little bit more than that. So I wanted to start something in Goa which supports any Goan kid who wants to make it big in tennis. That was my main purpose behind starting this. The other is, it took me by surprise the number of kids who actually are interested in tennis in Goa. I have about 10 kids now already in the last 2 months that I started coaching. And I think as Goans, we have the responsibility to give our players, the next generation, the best chance to, prove themselves, to show what they are capable of. And I think as part of the tennis community, we have a lot of work to do to give our players a chance. So we need better infrastructure. We need more hours of coaching, so that we have a lot of players
Correct.
adding
Exactly.
up. So yeah, I think if that is possible, it would be great for players to get more opportunity to play.
Will Goa see soon another Natasha?
I'm sure it's very possible, and I would be super happy if I coached one of them.
Okay. Now you have played different tournaments, national, international level. And you meet different people, different nationality, different people from different states. Everyone has a unique ideology. Everyone has something unique in them. Something that you have learned from those players or certain players that you have met in your life.
Yeah, I think not just from tennis, but sports in general. Muhammad Ali was a huge inspiration. My dad also introduced me to him by showing me videos and all of that, in which he's so pumped throughout, and he really, just like Sanya, he never holds back in what he believes. He speaks it out there for everyone to hear, and he follows through with his performances. So that's incredible. A few as well. I mean, Federer, the way he's so calm on court. I liked Justin Henin. She was a tennis player
Yeah,
in
tennis
the
player.
past. Very athletic. Her game, I loved her game.
If not a tennis player, which other sport you think you would be another Natasha in that? The way you are with tennis.
Can we consider singing a sport? Because I would love to be a singer. But I like a lot of sports. I think I would love to be a football player.
But you give a try? Did you give a try in the past?
I played football in school for fun, but because I was so caught up with tennis, I didn't really get the
In
chance.
what position you were playing?
No, it was just in school.
Okay,
Not,
no.
I didn't play for my school because I was always out traveling.
Okay.
But I like football. I love playing it on the beach.
You still do?
I would still do, yeah. Definitely.
Okay, fine. So now we're almost coming to the last part of this episode. Is that you spoke about if you wouldn't be you would be a singer, but do you think because Goa doesn't have much of singers? There are few names, but they are Very famous in Goa
but
as
I
well.
can't sing. I would just love to be
Oh,
a
you would
singer.
just love to be a
Yes,
singer.
I would just love to be out there on the stage and
Do you go
perform
for
for a
karaoke
crowd.
nights?
Yeah, I would actually. I'm always the one grabbing the mic and not giving others a chance.
But okay, fine. So moving on ahead, how I just want to know now you have a baby in your house. How is it challenging for you because you need to go for coaching as well. You also need to train. I know you still practice. You plus you coach others. I mean the different your 10 students. So how do you manage your time with your baby, your family, and also the coaching?
With my baby, I take him along, so which is a bit of a challenge, and also why I don't get as many hours for coaching. I've just given my, I'm just doing like an hour every day. But he's a lovely child, and he loves being out, which is a good thing for me. So he enjoys, watching people, and luckily for me, that's very helpful because it's not stressful. When you have a baby crying,
correct.
and yeah, so the kid is good. Family time. We have very different schedules, my husband and I. So he has the new restaurant that's come up called Pinch,
Okay.
and so he's up at night, and then that's the time when Xander, my baby, and I are at home. So we don't get a lot of time together, but the little that we do, we love to be with Xander now. He's become like our little plaything. So yeah, but in general, it's a very time to time schedule with the child. So that's how life is right now, similar to what it was with tennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we almost at the end. I will ask you two questions. One is that what will be your message for those youngsters who want to take up a sport and why they should take up a sport before we end?
I think the most important thing is you should want to play it, and you should enjoy doing it, because no matter what, if you're enjoying what you're doing, it doesn't become work for you. You wouldn't even want to call it a career. It just becomes part of your life, and when you're enjoying something, you look for ways to improve on your own. You don't need to be pushed by anyone. It's just you wanting to get better and better at it. So yeah, just enjoy what you're doing.
Okay. And last message for all the viewers who are going to watch you. What do you want to say to them?
I think as Goans, we are super talented. We have to give whatever we want a shot, never hold back, let courage be your driving force, and just do your best.
All right. I think thank you so much, Natasha, for your time. I know
Thank
you
you.
are very busy, but thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
so
in the
much.
last call as well. We wish you all the very best, and also all the very best to your family and the 10 students also who are coaching with you. And we hope to see another, as I said earlier, another Natasha, where you said you would like to coach
Yes.
he or she, whoever it is. Thank you so much, Natasha. And I think on that note, we come to an end of this beautiful episode. I will see you next week with another superstar, another rising star of Goa in the field of sports. Keep watching Herald.